What is going on, everybody? It is Big L56 here, bringing you our Week 7 team builder for the WPF. This week, we are playing Coach Zicofool and his ballonlea brionnes. His team's on the screen right in front of you. It is kind of an interesting team. He's got a really scary Trick Room option with, mons like Vaporeon, Stakataka, and Glastrier. But it can function pretty well outside of Trick Room with, Cinderace and Jolteon. And, Porygon 2 is always a tough mon to break. Landorus, Therian. So we continue our trend of really strong ground types that we have to play. And so, first look at the team. Let's just run through it mon by mon. He has Cinderace, which I believe he used this week. After Mario dropped it, he picked it up. So we had to prep for Cinderace again this week. He's got Glastrier, which is, really strong, really bulky offensive threat. He's got Landorus Therian, which, again, super scary Pokemon. If we let it, set up, let it get going, it can be really hard to deal with. Mega Heracross, which with that Skill Link ability and moves like Rock Blast and Pin Missile, guaranteed to get 5 hits. Really strong. I think it's got like base 185 attack, so it hits like a truck. Porygon 2, with an Eviolite, it just lives every hit that ever hits it, ever. It just doesn't die, and it gets pretty good coverage, and it's another potential Trick Room setter for his team. Vaporeon, another really good Trick Room setter. Stab, Psychic, and Fairy can be really hard to deal with if you're not careful. Stakataka, again, another really big Trick Room threat. I believe it's the slowest mon in the game, so in Trick Room, if it starts gyro balling and getting defense and attack boosts, it can really tear through you if you're not prepared for it. Incineroar, a great pivot, great support Pokemon, with things like Parting Shot and U-turn to pivot around. It gets Fake Out. Intimidate's a really good ability. Dark Fire is a really good typing. Gastrodon, it's another really bulky Pokemon. Ground and Water, such a great typing. And it can be run specially defensive or physically defensive. And Storm Drain's a really good ability, especially to stop us from flip turning around with Vaporeon. And he's got Jolteon, which fast, hard hitting electric type. Can also be used to baton pass stuff like agilities and stuff to other Pokemon. So you got to be careful with that too. And then the Alolan Exeggutor, I don't think he's brought it yet, but it could be run special or physical. It's another mon that he could probably take advantage of in Trick Room if he really wanted to. But that's this team. And whenever we look at what we expect, I'm definitely expecting the Landorus. I'm expecting the Mega Heracross. I definitely expect the Jolteon. I think the Gastrodon comes because we do have those really strong fire types. And I think he brings Incineroar. I hope he doesn't bring Glastrier, because Glastrier is a big problem for us. But like I said, we do have, mons like Heatran, Volcarona, Megalopany that can really scare it, so he may not bring it. I think if he does want to bring a Trick Room option, which could be pretty good against us, he could bring Vaporeon and Stakataka. The only mon I would be surprised if he brought, honestly, would be the Alolan Exeggutor. I don't know if he'll bring the P2, just because we have Megalopany, but he could bring it. It wouldn't shock me if he brought it. And same with the Cinderace. I don't know if he'll bring it, but he could. Court Change is a really good ability if he thinks we'll bring hazards. But that's his team. I think we've done some good things, some pretty cool things this week to kind of counteract it. So let's go look at our team real quick. And this week, we are bringing the Heatran again. We haven't brought it in several weeks. But this week, we're bringing something a little bit different. I think he could probably try to use the Gastrodon to wall us. So we are bringing Power Herb Solar Beam this week. We are max special attack, 240 speed. That speed allows us to outspeed Mega Heracross if it's Jolly. We have, in the 16 HP is just leftover EVs. Timid with Flamethrower. Just good strong stab. Earth Power to hit things like the Stakataka. To hit the Jolteon. Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon's there to hit the Vaporeon. If he tries to, for whatever reason, switch the Glastrier in on this, we can get a nice chunk of damage off on it. And then Solar Beam is here exclusively for the Gastrodon. The only way he can live this Solar Beam is if he's Rindoberry. But I don't think he'll bring Rindoberry because it doesn't really give him much against my team. I don't think he'll expect... I mean, we're not bringing Sarina, so I don't think he would expect to have a Rindoberry to live something from Sarina. Next up is Palisand. Palisand is coming again this week. Palisand is mainly my Stack Attack counter. With its slow speed, it can live Gyro Balls. And even if we're in Trick Room. So we're max HP, 220 defense, and 36 speed. That speed allows me to outspeed a 0-speed Gastrodon outside of Trick Room, obviously, because we are Toxic, Earth Power, Giga Drain, and Shore Up. If he is a physically defensive Gastrodon, which I think he almost has to bring this week, but if he's a physically defensive Gastrodon, this Giga Drain 2-hit KOs, and there's nothing he can go for that can OHKO us. Unless he's fully offensive. Like if he's max special attack Scald, I don't even think that KOs us. But we do 2-hit KO him with this Giga Drain, unless he is full Spadef. And then we thought about, originally we had Shadow Ball on this set to mainly hit the Hatterene, but that wasn't even a 2-hit KO. And we thought with it being a more defensive set, Toxic could be really good on it. I was kind of apprehensive about bringing Toxic just because, Magic Bounce on Hatterene. But I don't really think Hatterene is going to want to switch in on this. It's probably not going to want to eat a Shadow Ball, even though we're not offensive. It didn't 2-hit KO, but he's still not going to want to take that much chip and risk getting the Spadef drop. So I thought about running Toxic. I thought about running Stealth Rocks, but I think Toxic won out because his team's not really that weak to rocks. I mean, he could bring if he brings heavy duty boots on the mons that we think are coming that would be weak to them potentially. We just didn't really think Stealth Rocks would be that worth over Toxic. And next up is Megalopany. Megalopany is again coming. The 216 speed is to outrun Jolteon. It outspeeds Jolteon no matter what, unless it's Scarf, or it could be, Flame Orb Quick Feet. But we are max attack, 216 speed, Jolly, with the 40 HP just being leftover EVs. Fake Out, U-Turn, Close Combat, Ice Punch. Another really basic set. I think we've run this set most weeks. Fake Out can help me either stop Hatterene from setting Trick Room, or it can stall a turn of Trick Room if I want to bring it in. There's only one turn of Trick Room left. I can bring it in, get a Fake Out off, and stall that turn. That's really the only thing I brought that's anti-Trick Room. I don't think Trick Room's that great against my team. It's not bad against me, but it's not great against me. Especially with his main Trick Room sweeper being something like Stack Attacka. But Ice Punch, unless he's Yachi Berry on the Landorus, Ice Punch always KOs it. And we're hoping that he forgets about Scrappy and Intimidate. We're kind of hoping that he forgets about that. That'd be kind of cool if he tries to switch in like Incineroar on this and eats a close combat thinking he can live it. But U-Turn also just to get us some nice momentum, and then close combat just because we don't trust high jump kick. I hate that move. I hate it. So moving on, we have Vaporeon, max HP, max defense. This is probably my main Glastrier counter. If he brings it, I can get a Toxic off, and then maybe Baton Pass out, or just Wish Protect and Toxic stall it. We did not bring Flip Turn this week because I don't want to give Gastrodon a free boost. That's the main reason. I'm not really scared of Gastrodon, but if he brings it, I don't want to click Flip Turn thinking I'm going to get to pivot out and then give him a +1 special attack because of Storm Drain. So we're just, like I said, we're just max HP, max defense with Wish, Protect, Baton Pass, and Toxic. I did think about Heal Bell, but I wanted a way to potentially wear down him on, potentially with Vaporeon. So I didn't want it to be just fodder, setup fodder, or something that he can sit in front of and we can't do anything back to it. Next up is Togekiss, and we are bringing heavy duty boots with 216 speed. Again, that outspeeds Mega Heracross. That's the main reason I'm bringing this, as a way to always be able to revenge Mega Heracross. Mega Heracross is an issue for this team. I don't switch into it well if he has the right set. We're Timid Nature. We have Air Slash, Nasty Plot again, Aura Sphere, and Roost. Aura Sphere is able to hit things like the Glastrier. It's able to hit the Incineroar really hard. So we're hoping that if we get in front of Gastrodon with this, we can set up. Gastrodon's a mon we can set up on. I'm trying to think. There's another mon that we can set up on. Potentially Hatterene. Unless it has Mystical Fire. But even then, we're winning. We're getting 2 boosts to it knocking our special attack down once. So we have mons that we can set up on and set up in front of. Again, the Glastrier would be a problem for this. I think even at +4, Aura Sphere doesn't OHKO, just because Glastrier is so bulky. But still, if we're able to chip that down some, then maybe we can late game sweep if we're able to get set up. And then last, I was Volcarona. I didn't know what to bring for my 6th mon. We kind of thought about Meowstick because I thought Reflect might be pretty good. And then we thought, well, with him having 2 Intimidators, maybe female Meowstick with competitive. But even Nasty Plot, competitive Meowstick just did not have the damage output. If it got a fairy move, maybe, but outside of Play Rough. But we're bringing Volcarona, heavy duty boots yet again. It's a more of a bulky set. It's more of a bulky setup set. 176 speed. That is to outspeed. I believe that's to outspeed max speed Landorus if I'm at +1. Scarf Landorus at +1. I believe that's to outspeed. With Quiver Dance, Roost, Bug Buzz, and Flamethrower. Not super crazy about this set. It gives us an option though to potentially set up sweep late game. Bug Buzz can wear down the Incineroar. Bug Buzz can wear down the Gastrodon, but we have 4 move slot syndrome with this Pokemon. Pretty bad this week. But that's the team we're bringing. I think it's an okay team. I don't love our matchup, honestly. We have a few mons on his team that give us a lot of problems, like the Glastrier and the Mega Heracross. But I don't know if he'll bring the Glastrier, like I said, because we have a lot of threats. I definitely expect the Mega Heracross to come. It's one of the few things on his team that can live 2 hits for Megalopany. Like, he's got the Mega Heracross and the Hatterene. Otherwise, unless he's full Fizz Def on Gastrodon, everything besides those 2 mons get at least 2 hit KO'd by Megalopany. So Megalopany is a big problem for him. I love the Heatran set we're bringing this week. I like the Palossand set. Honestly, the only set I'm not real crazy about is the Volcarona, but like I said, I couldn't think of a 6th mon to bring that was better. Sarina didn't look very good this week. I considered Garbodor for a split second because I did think Toxic Spikes looked alright, but he could bring Hatterene in on that. Because he wouldn't expect a lot of offense coming, and he could Magic Bounce him back. I really don't want Toxic Spikes up on my side of the field. But that's the team, like I said. Shout out to T4U and Big Shane for helping me prep this week again. They've been a huge help all season. If you like the video, please make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below how you think the battle will go. And there will be links down below to the Discord and all the other creators in the WPF. So if you could just go check all of them out, give them go ahead and subscribe to all of them if you haven't already. And if you're not from the Discord, if you want to hop in there, hang out, really, really chill group, really fun server. And if you want some help, there's a lot of really helpful people who want to talk about mons or stuff like that. But I think I'm going to get out of your hair for the day, and I will bring you the battle video here in a few days. Have a good one.